tasosola mawanga ani akusinga. Katonda wa mawanga tewali akusinga. Buli gwanga buli kitonde kikuyimusinga. Asetule sozi nezitamanya ani akusinga. Wateme kuba watali kubo ani akusinga. Katonda wa mawanga tewali akusinga. Buli gwanga buli kitonde kikuyimusinga. Katonda wa mawanga tewali akusinga. Buli gwanga buli kitonde kikuwa matendo. Katonda wa mawanga tewali akusinga. Buli gwanga buli kitonde kikuyimusinga. Anoyo yesoma nti wambanyi nga Katonda wange. Katonda w'abalokole wambanyi tumuyimusenga. Katonda wa mawanga tewali akusinga. Buli gwanga buli kitonde kikuyimusinga. Oli Katonda w'abakisu tewali akusinga. Buli gwanga buli kitonde kikuyimusinga kuwa.
Good morning, viewers. Welcome to Mbale City TV. My name is Lilian Mugeria. The community sport show has already begun. I hope you're doing so well. How is your morning being a weekend? It is a beautiful day. I always love weekends. I don't know why, because we always have hectic weeks. So when it comes to a weekend, I feel vibed. I have a lot of things to catch up on a weekend, reflect, and of course plan for the new week. Welcome to the community sport show. Now today we are privileged. We are going to have a guest from Electoral Commission. Guess what? Being an election period, of course, we need updates, we need guidance from these people. So today we are having a guest from Electoral Commission who's going to take us through what is going to happen on the 15th of January. We've been counting, and finally 4 days, 1, 2, 3, 4 days to go, and then we cast our votes. Uganda decides 2026. Let's first get into our commercial break. When we return, our guest will be joining me to take us through the process, whatever is going to happen on the 15th of January. Stay tuned on Mbale City TV. Those ones watching us live on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. To Garanyo. Let's come back.
Hi, our viewer. Welcome. This is Eastlink Training Institute, and we are located along Kumi Road behind Total Petrol Station in Namakweka, near Christ Embassy. Today I want to introduce to you, these are some of our students in the tailoring class, and this is a sample of them doing one of their works, one of their assignments. They are trying to sew clothes, what they can put on, and they have been assigned by their teachers, and this is a sample of what they made, and they look so smart and they are super proud of what they made by themselves. As you can see, they are doing very fine. So you're welcome to Eastlink. We have different courses and you will not regret. Thank you.
Uhamisinge program kanihalubula buli husabiti hutandiha sawa tsibiritse yangolobe paka sawa tstaruni tsindakika 15 numwana wenywe muzeyi Ephraim Haberi umushende umwene ulya ni babandu anonga hokaniha hobye bufuzi ni barangirisi benywe hunyole hu YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, humutoto FM ni Mbale City TV. Uhamisinge program kanihalubula buli husabiti hutandiha sawa tsibiritse yango.
Those ones watching us live on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Just as I said before, our guest is already here. Good morning, Mr. Gilbert. Thank you for coming into Mbale City TV and to have you here.
Good morning, Madam Lilian.
Good morning. How are you doing?
We're fine.
I know the pressure.
It's too much. But
the pressure is too much. You're feeling it, right?
We're managing.
Oh my goodness. You know, when we voted 2021, we saw 5 years in the Somedi. And then we didn't expect to vote like close, like nearer. But guess what? The days are already numbered, 4 days to go. And Uganda decides. How is the Electoral Commission doing? First, give us how they can... Okay, what exactly is happening there?
Now, I thank you, Lydian. Yes. I think I have to first tell our viewers, give them the history of this institution.
Yes.
As you say, he has run very fast. But
The
we have
5
to
years.
know that this country, according to the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda,
Yes.
under Article 60, it established the institution of the Electoral Commission,
Okay.
and under Article 61, it gives it its mandate.
Yes.
And now I'm under the obligations of this institution is that after 5 years, this country runs into a general election. And of course, the law is that within the 30 days
Yes.
of the last 122 days, the Constitution, the Electoral Commission should have
Yes.
established new leaders of the country. And
Okay.
of course, as we know, that this running term of the political leaders in this country will be expiring in May. So we are doing whatever it takes so that by May we shall be having our new leaders. And of course, as you know, we started this program long ago. We started by the demarcation of our electoral areas.
Yes.
We went into reorganization of the polling stations.
Yes.
We went into the update of the National Voters Register, and of course its display. And thereafter, we went into the nominations. Now, after
Primaries.
nominations, most people know that we are moving after the nominations.
The nominations, yes.
The period we, as in the Electoral Commission, we call general happiness. That is where
Yeah, general
everyone
happiness.
comes on board. Everyone feels the pressure.
yes,
Is now
yes.
when also Lilian feels now this is the pressure we're having. But
Definitely.
of course, for us as Commission, we started preparing long ago.
Okay.
What you feel as pressure now is not an issue to us because we have been in this thing and we know what we are talking about.
Okay.
Now, for now, all Ugandans know that on 15th
Yes.
of this month,
Yes.
we're going to have the first election round.
Yes.
That is for the presidential elections
And parliamentary.
Now, this is where you find now people, coming up and down. And we want to, I wanted to tell you that this time round, this election has been the mood.
The mood, how is the mood?
The mood is good. And
The mood
this
is good, really,
this
compared
is-
to the past.
Yeah,
Okay.
when you follow the trends of the campaign processes, it has been so peaceful,
Okay.
it has been so calm, and this is what we expect as Electoral Commission.
Wow.
And this time around, we are really very, very happy.
For us out here, we thought pressure is increasing or decreasing. Now for you, you're telling us that the mood is calm.
We're at the climax.
We are already there.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Gilbert, you're going to take us to some of the general election updates. I think that is the most important that people need to get to know the general election updates. How is it?
The commission, as I told you, after nominations, it went into the printing of the ballot papers, and as we talk right now, every district
Yes.
received all the reusable materials, and we are now moving into delivery
Okay.
of the ballot papers.
I saw they flagged off.
Yeah, they flagged
Kalangala is
off.
part of the first that received the first batch.
In Elgon here,
In
it was
Elgon,
Mbale
it was
district.
Mbale district,
Yeah.
yes.
But as we talk right now, so many districts have received these materials. Visia has got,
Okay.
Buko has got, Queen has got, and me, the returning officer of Manafa, I'm likely to get mine, I think tomorrow. So we are moving well, and these things have come on. Now, what I wanted to use this show to,
Yes.
of course, call upon Ugandans, there are some technological changes that the Commission has onboarded in the management of this election.
Okay.
And that's why we're saying this election is not an election as usual, because there are so many things, mostly in terms of IT, that has changed
Technology,
in
yeah.
comparison with the previous elections.
Okay.
Lydian, when we finish the election as an institution, we take time off and evaluate ourselves.
How was
See,
it?
how was it conducted? What is that we did that
What
really
lacked,
sparked
what went
us
wrong?
on?
Yes.
And where we fell short, we address ourselves.
Okay.
And that's why you see these changes coming in. So when we finished the 2021 general elections,
Yes.
we realized that most of the cases and the complaints from our stakeholders were rooting from mostly verification of the voters, ballot stuffing, and multiple voting. Now, on that we said, what can we do as the commission? Is when we go back on board and say, what if we introduce the biometric voter verification system? And that is now, you see us coming up with these machines which are a little bit hybrid compared to what we used the other previous
Now,
time.
when it comes to machines, of course, so many people face challenges, even
Yeah.
new people,
Mm.
like to operate them.
Mm,
I
mm.
hope this time around, when time comes, everything is going to be on point. Not again in the other polling station, the machine is not working. You know, those whole things delay the voting. So let me hope this time around the Electoral Commission is prepared and it has trained the people that are going to be on the machines.
Well, when you look at the challenges we used to get in the previous election, in relation to these machines,
Yes.
one, it was that there are some areas in the country where the network it was very poor,
Yes.
and therefore operating these machines, you know, our polling stations are in the villages and the trees and what have
Get
you.
it.
And the second issue was that the poor charging of the systems, and of course some of them could run, the batteries were weak. And the third, and which was most crucial, is that our staff, some of them were not familiar with these machines,
Yes.
and therefore they could fail to operate these machines.
Should we say that
Now,
they didn't get enough training
I think
to
yes,
operate the machines?
exactly, that was the point. And this time around we said no, how can we improve this? Our commission has now deployed 2 machines
On
on
each
polling station, so that
Super.
when one fails,
At least
another
we have-
one
yeah,
we have a
once.
backup. We call it the main kit and then the backup kit,
Okay.
which when this one fails exactly where it fails from, the second one picks from there.
I
But
see.
then also we looked at the lifespan of the battery of these machines. The machines we're deploying now can operate for at least 18 hours before the battery runs down.
Oh,
And
okay.
if we assume, maybe in our human wisdom, someone may fail to charge this machine is fully. We have also provided a power bank which is fully charged. So we know that
Wow.
by the end of the day, these things will be sorted out. In relation to the operation of
Yes.
this machine by our staff, in the previous elections, we could train these people for 2 days. Today we said now, no, we are saying, if that was the problem, we are now training them. We have trained them for 5 good days on this machine.
Okay.
So we are very sure that these people are able to operate these machines. Unlike the previous elections, Lillian, this election, as I told you, we are fully prepared.
Okay.
We, for the first time in history of this election, is that we recruited what we call BVVK trainers at every parish, I mean at every constituency,
Okay.
where we have deployed 3 of them. But then also we recruited what we call the district IT officials, who are training these people at all the time. Now we have also Simvilla, is the company which was contracted to supply these machines to us, has also deployed more extra people.
Okay.
Everyone constituency have added 1 person. So we have a whole human resource which
Wow.
is purely managing this
I
machine.
see this time
And that is
EC
how
well prepared.
prepared we are, and these machines.
I think kudos. We
Do
give you
not-
we give
do
you
not.
flowers for that.
We deserve that. we
Yes,
deserve
of
that.
course, yes.
And we believe these machines are going to work. We
Okay.
do not have any worry in that line.
Wow, thank you so much. So you can take us through the polling period of 2026 general elections. How is it going to be? When are we voting this? Like for example, the president, the mayors, the what? I think you can just take us in a brief. You take us through the polling periods of the 2026 general election.
Oh no, as I told you, what most Ugandans are putting eyes on
Yes,
is the
the
first cycle of the election.
Of the 15.
And that's the 15th,
Oh,
where we are going to
wow.
vote our presidential
And members of parliament.
But also down there we have what we call the workers representative, or those are special interest groups that will be running on 19th of
Okay.
January. Then we also have down there we have the representatives of the special interest groups in municipalities. That
In
will
cities
be,
now.
in cities and municipalities.
Municipalities,
That
yes.
will be running on 20th. But also we have the elections of the district local councils.
Okay.
Those are what we call the district leadership.
Yes.
LC5s and the councillors. That will be on the 22nd
of January 2026.
And
Yes.
then we also have in between there, we also have the special interest groups at the local district level.
Okay.
And we shall have them on 27th. That's when we shall I mean the 28th. But then 27th we shall have the elections in the municipalities. Of course, like Mbale City municipalities here also have Busia in this region. We have also Kapchora. They will be having the elections on 27th.
Okay.
But also when you look at these other female older persons, we shall be having them on 28th.
Okay.
That is at national levels. Remember, we had this regional conferences of these categories of people, and they have now elected their representatives at that level. They are now waiting to elect people to go to parliament at that level. But when we run most of these elections now, we shall have the councillors representing special interest groups in the districts. Those are what we call the special interest groups at the district levels.
Okay.
Those are the youth, you talk about the PWDs, you talk about the older persons, you talk about those kind of categories of people.
Yes.
They will be having the elections on 29th, and the month of January will close when we are having the elections of the interest groups at the sub-county level. And now those will be also the youth, also the PWDs, we have the older persons
with disabilities. Yes.
Now when we shall also, when we cross now into February, that's the first we shall be having the regional conferences for older persons. That's when they will be having their regional conferences to have to take their leadership at regional levels. You know that these are their colleges. We started this exercise long ago at village levels. So they keep on upgrading until they reach parliament. So at national level, we shall also have the conference for all people with disability, and that will be on the 3rd of Feb. That's when they'll have that. Then we shall also be having the elections of the sub-county leadership. That is lower local governments, where we have a chairperson LC3s, we have councillors LC3s. That will be on 4th of February. And we shall close this whole of this process with the national conference for electing the national leader for youth. That is the female member of parliament. Of course, you know that for the youth they have 4 regions where they have regional members of parliament for the youth. But then there is one member of parliament representing female in the parliament. So we by 6th of February shall be rounding up the election process, and then we immediately we shall start preparing for 2031.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just to remind you viewers watching us on YouTube, Facebook and TikTok, the President of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has given us 2 days public holiday, 15th and 16th. So just know we are not working on the 15th and the 16th, apart from us, the essential workers. Of course, for us, we're going to be in the field, we're going to be in studios updating you on what exactly is happening. And for you who want to ask any question, please remember to call us on our studio line. It's 0783614155. Just prepare your question. Gilbert is here to answer your question. So, Mr. Gilbert,
Yes, please.
let's get to this. Why is it important to participate in the voting process? Omuntu wa wansi eyo wabweru yeebuuza naye lwaki neenyigira mu kulonda? Ate olusi tulonda gwe tulonze si gwe balangira. So that also demoralizes people. But take us through why it is important for us to participate in the voting process.
I have to speak this. I think that is a very wrong narrative.
And it is what
to
is
say that
you've heard about it, right?
I have heard.
Good.
And whenever I hear such kind of a thing is when I even get more energy to speak to the people and to know that their vote counts and how does it count.
Yeah.
Lilian, I want to speak to whoever is listening to us. That you see, even in the Bible, biblically, leadership and the community must have kind of principles and organization that leads others. Now, in a country like Uganda, we all know that we have the leaders that lead us in everything. Even when I can give you an example.
Yes.
When you have chicken at home, definitely there is one chicken that leads the others.
Of course,
so
yeah.
even in
And then
we
others
the
follow.
human beings, if animals can do that, what about us? Now we organize elections is because I don't want to go back into the history of this country where we had no elections and we had no decisions taken by the people. But when the country starts developing democratically, we start taking democratic decisions. And election is one of the actions that explain the democratic steps that the country can take. Election or voting, any Ugandan, any responsible Ugandan, participating in election is your right, is a civic right, is your obligation to make sure that you determine who leads you.
Yeah.
When you look at the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, that's 1995 as it is. When you look at the sections under the preamble of it says recognizing the history, appreciating where we came from, appreciating where we are and where we want to be. They therefore made the Constitution.
Okay.
That under each they said there shall be always a general election in which Ugandans determine who leads them. And that's the provision that gives every Ugandan who is patriotic to participate in this election. When you go back home and sit and don't participate in these elections, your vote will not result into what you want, because we know that these leaders we have determine our livelihood, determine our services, determine our future, determine whatever we have. The education service, the health services, the security, the economy, the roads that we are talking about, the schools that we admire are only done by these leaders. They're the ones who share, who distribute the cake, they're the ones who plan for you, they're the ones who does everything. And by the end of the day, if you do not have a stake in who comes to do that, then you are cheating yourself. And this is the reason why we call upon all Ugandans to come out, to turn out and participate in elections and participate in these electoral activities, so that they take charge, they are in charge of their country. You see, leaders are simply people who are leading the way it is. Leadership is leading. It means there are people who are behind you. You are simply representing the majority. It's like when we have a meeting in our community, and they say it's a community meeting, and then they say, let the daddy go and represent the family. Whatever comes from the meeting, the daddy will come and tell the people. It's the same thing we do, because we cannot have everyone in the community going to the sub-county council. Of course, no. So someone should come from that community and represent them. Okay. You get your plans, good plans, and you take them to where they're talking from, they debate and give these things. So it's important, very, very important, that you participate in selection and determine which leader you're bringing in your community, and what are they going to do for you, so that you can demand from them.
I think you've heard from Gilbert from the Electoral Commission. It is your right to go and vote. And remember, your vote counts. 2026 Uganda side. We'll be getting into our commercial break, but of course when we return, Mr. Gilbert will take us into the progress on implementing the key activities. But before that, we want to say hello to everyone watching us on the Facebook Live, TikTok, and of course YouTube. Continue watching. We'll be back shortly.
maliraga bimadi wajunga geshalo mugazi wewe wandizaka bibiri zangu museza mungobo aribonanga nikana bonanga na milia aribonanga nikana aya ndafuna muchere mawuninda aninda bulayi oyo ya naze nafuna yo namakana wuungana namakana muchere masande keresanja mugazi we nundege nagwibirira nundege mugazi we nundege
Rashida Wandoma, Wanchera Nandi Birango. Oh, Kisaboyi, Rashida Wandoma, Wanchera Nandi Birango.
Umeme Studios, Ayekubra.
Ula mumange bukanewe, umoyo kwange bukanewe, nani hale, nivasewe, kanakonele. Nalira Imana nyena kisabayi Sasile niteyingo Sasile hundu sehulusha Sasile hundu seyango Ulinze meti banze helena.
A sweet one from our own Judith Wemesa, my sister. The way I love Mbale artists is that they have tried to uplift our Lumasaba. They miss Lumasaba. And I applaud them for that. Of course, not forgetting my saying, Juliet Mugira. She's the one who paved the way for that. In fact, who inspired so many to start singing in Lumasa. Welcome back from the commercial break. And those watching us live on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, Mbale City TV. And those ones who want to call and talk to Mr. Gilbert here from Electoral Commission, please, the number is 0783 614155. Remember, you're watching the community sport show that happens every Saturday from the hour of 11 until midday. Today we have Gilbert from Electoral Commission taking us through what exactly is going to happen on the 15th of January. The days are numbered, 4 days to go. We've been looking at this, and now here it is. Next week on Thursday, we are voting. Yes, Mr. Gilbert, take us through the new developments for the 2026 polling period. What are the new developments that are listening out or someone watching us that would love to know and also understand?
The new developments, yes, you want me to speak English for you?
No, you can bring it in Lumasa. Kulimba rembo.
Biya bilimu muharulo hesha lero. Kes wana hori haliho binda. Kes huli holo le Latina itse kumikoli kumina serrano. Wana hori. I think these are the things that people we are not used to that they now want to hear and we appeal them to adhere to. Ashishindu shinyuela is the way we have organized the election itself. Election materials, they have already come. You can imagine this is very new in this election. They have come early to the district stores, and we believe that is a plus. Okay. But also, the Munjele is Hura Misamo, Bibioma BFA, the Solomaholi technological development in election. Electoral Commission previously, Abesidini Kamaka and Bilakakachi Wabunyala. Pure electronic verification, but electoral commission yet the money Yaboneri Rauli and the Chief Chidisa, Oboneri Itand implementing electronic verification of the voters and of course the transmission of electronics. Nations of Hori and the polling station this time round. You are going there with either voter location slips.
Yeah, I have mine. Yes, I have.
That's beautiful of you. I really will move with you always. Now we have also the national voters.
Okay.
Then have our the national voters register.
Yeah.
Now aribu mabuno hwesipoli nabo ngamuntu wezi the polling station abanhamba bahamulise oba what we call scanning
That's slip.
of the national of the voter verification slip. Kali first one called the barcode. The QR code. So presiding officer then immediately they scan it, all your details will be displayed on the BVK machine. Now that displaying that means that you are a true voter of that polling station. You will go ahead and you put your thumbprints ushuma shofuchilis hakumahanga nomala
because sometimes they refuse.
It's not necessary. Even if it refuses, we can now scan your face. That's the most improved thing.
No, I was somewhere and the old mama, the fingerprint completely refused because
yeah, cases last elections, and actually our friends, the fishing community, were the most affected people, where the fingerprints could
so
not
this time they can do the face, they
yes,
scan the face.
when the fingers refuse,
The face.
we do the face. When the face also refuses, because we think.
If the face refuses,
We
then
think.
people have grown old.
Kuba safari imbao mundu unyaleweza ku polling station ngasali ni face. When you have no head.
When the face is not in Kanyaba, my back, so what if it
So
refuses?
even if it refuses, we have
Another plan B.
the primary document
Yes.
of verifying or identifying a voter is the National Voters Register.
Okay.
Are improvements for the National Voters Register? Who is who register is half and home hali na ubaro is holang huli QR code. Aringa inga in case byangu mu byo byalobere haka face yo yaloba, then they will check in the voters register where your photo is. Then still balasoma hana homa hano havana hari scanninga, then you details sits. I think you still go. Why are we doing this? There is no one who has a hold on after you hold on. That's the new development. Previously we could allow people voting manually verified. But this machine will not know you until you put your thumbprints or you take your face or they scan from the register. So making sure that we use this machine without fail is a new development. Where they have another new development is that all our ballot papers are now having the QR code. Inga notes ya polling station baba hafani hano bamala ba verifying le bafumbule bali kulumulonzi polling station iyo ali ba hunulira bupapula. Alinga ba hunulira bupapula bwe bulu inga no ba hashiho wata banywe ba hasikani basikaninga ha president, basikaninga how many member of parliament, basikaninga ha director member of parliament. No bakahuye utso hamona. Inga bamalira ho kupahalo lu angolo besa abali ku mibano balondire bawerewo. Inga no batandi ho balabulu lushalero. Bahanywa babusikaninge no babubali. Those are new developments. Why are we doing this? We are doing this to make sure that we avoid and eliminate ballot stuffing.
Okay.
Someone afuna from another polling station. But we have been seeing these things. There are some goons who come from nowhere, go and ride the polling station somewhere, take the ballot papers, go and dump into another polling station in somewhere else. So ngahapone kurikasitabi bintu bino baba scanning ingabahohwa, then baba scanning nga bali hobala, so that we prove and confirm that indeed the ballot papers which are in this transparent box are indeed the ballot papers which were scanned at the beginning, so that we eliminate ballot stuffing. Even if they came from another polling station, they will be able to be rejected. Another new development we have is that at the first abe munu ngwezi ya polling station bamuhebela mu register presiding officer wa halu hanyoa watsa wakhola choice wara mu box then watsa khumetse ekindi ya khabili ne bamuhakhandi watsa wara mu box then watsa mihataru. This time round all the 3 ballot papers will be issued by the presiding officer at once. The three. Now what happens is the ngabamale scanning you are now a voter in that polling station. The presiding officer will pluck out the 3 ballot papers and hand you after scanning them with the biometric verification voter verification machine operator. Amala scanning, then they hand over to you one of the president. Okay? Then the remaining 2 we have the Wusau is pouches. They will put those 2 in the pouch. Then they hand them over to you. I would say in the first basin you make your choice.
Yeah.
Uzo mwate mu boxi here for president. Then uzi who metse ngozi, they are not going to give you a ballot paper. But that person will simply guide you. Alomari now I boxi high no ye woman member of parliament. And the how many member of parliament ni hohano.
So he picks the in the pouch.
The pouch.
Gives shows you that this is.
Yes. Uzi mubesani making the choice. Then you go and say. Then you go to the next table where you now pick. They remove for you. They give it to you.
You're not the one to remove.
No, we value our voters.
New development.
You go and make a choice. I think I want married. Usiye ubere mu huna usiye sumunu sembeyo nyoza humakinga hunoko amanyari wa mali hulo. Then you hand over this pouch to that person. Now by the end of the day, this person you have handed over the pouches will carry them back to the presiding officer. Why do we do that? Every polling station has only been given 10 pouches. Kumanya hulika someone atsa humale no atsa hokobol babandi bana bahodebare besi. Those are the new developments. Another new development. Abe bandu baba amachibole munu wamenyare ku polling station inakwile wabone hababusa declaration forms watsa bekhala khunzira bapa bali bebefe basute bunayo baba sokhobenola. How have we tried this? Ingabamalire khubala buko ha ku polling station betuse the declaration forms. The BVK operator wamala wamulisa obata wascanning the declaration form wamala wachipa shifani arenga wamala kuchipa shifani wachisindikha hotale center, which means abe onetsa wamba hopula bono wenolaga. Still we have information that will not be the rest. Yes. So these are the new developments that we have brought on board, and all of them are geared towards having a free, fair, transparent and credible process of the election in this country.
Thank you so much, Gilbert, and those ones watching us live on YouTube, TikTok and Facebook. You're watching Mbale City TV, the community sports show. On 0783614155, those are the studio lines that you can call and ask Gilbert any question concerning elections. Remember, elections are taking place on the 15th of January. That is the starting date, but Gilbert has been taking us through other dates that will be voting our leaders. As you keep your calls coming through, please prepare your question and ask Gilbert anything you want to know about the voting on the 15th. He is here to respond to you. So, Mr. Gilbert, the polling process and the polling station layout, I think we can take us through all that. Natural, abantu balonde baddeyo babasigale bakuma. Okay, take us through the polling process and the polling station layout.
The way the polling station is laid,
yes,
it is actually depicting what I've just said here. That at the entrance there will be a police constable who guiding abandu alomari.
So police is there. Yes. Security is tight.
Very, very tight at our polling station.
Okay.
This time around we are deploying 2 police constables to every polling station. To era another who guiding abandu in the way they queue
yes.
in and be guiding them to create order in the polling station. Ngawambale hunjira mu polling station. If inside the first table is for the BVK operator. This is the biometric voter verification kit operator. Niyo na unanywa ho mulisa oisu nanywa omuwe rikana national ID yo omuwe voter location slip yo obatanga sewetira na show star niyo na tya mu register a checking listener yo a checking FS yo amulise ho hafane hali mu register. Then your details display and makes you proceed to presiding officer. As I said, you go to the you make the choice of the first ballot paper. That's for the president. What's the next table? That's the layout of it. What's often the one making the choice for the other ballot papers, and the procedure continues until you exit. Now, what happens is, after you have voted, you have backmarking the wamali holonda, and wamali holonda. Yeah, but people are saying, don't go away. That is how
polling station after casting.
That is where we are having. I think commission is very clear, and the law is very clear. Uganda is confidential.
Of course.
When you are casting a vote, no one should
no
know.
one knows who
So
the
law says that people should keep away at least 20 meters away from the presiding officer. You know?
Okay.
20 kilometers, I mean 20 meters away from the polling station where the presiding officer is.
Okay.
Now, this is where people are getting it wrong. For us, we have not told people we have to voting, go away. But we are telling them, can you be away from the polling
20
station
meters away
to create confidentiality over other people who are coming to vote? That is what we have said, and that's what we shall keep preaching to the Ugandans.
That is what the Electoral Commission is saying, right?
Yes.
But we've been doing stories, me personally, we've read stories where we see security is telling us after voting, leave.
Now, security is
go home. You should not stay at the polling station. So, what is your clarity on that?
As commission, we are simply strictly speaking what the law says.
Okay. So,
now,
there are issues.
There are issues. You know, security by law, it's Uganda Police Force that is mandated to secure the electoral process. In election, to secure the electoral process.
Okay.
Now, it is a mandate of the police to make sure that election is secure, election is peaceful, and everyone has been given an environment to vote. Now, what we are sensing as a danger in abantu ogamba ntino tukoze gari kind of things. we are saying this kind of things will interrupt the environment. It will inconvenience the rights of some people. It will scare off some people from making their choice. That's why we are saying. That's why you are saying okukuma. And by the way, Electoral Commission is on forefront of making sure that agaluka abantu kakumiwa. That's why we tell them, and so the law says every candidate is allowed to send 2 polling agents in a polling station. Amagulu kachwenti, they have to kukuma akalulu kabwe, but they are in the polling station, and those 2 are enough to protect your vote. And we make sure, and we have kept on calling upon these candidates. Please send these people to us, because we want them it's within our mandate to make sure that they are protecting their vote. Those two polling agents are enough. And then we make sure that after bamaze okakuma akalulu kamwe bakakubye bakabaze, by the end of the day, make sure that you as a polling agent, you collect a copy of a declaration form. But then the law says, after people have cast their votes, they have kept away 20 meters away. And now the time the polling station polls have closed, and they are going to count the votes. People are allowed to come and witness the counting, because the law says the presiding officer will announce in public. kano kagundi olaba nga bwebatukolanga ku polling station yeah Gilbert 2
okay
and by the end of the day tukidanye ng'abantu
not Liliani awangudde mu polling station like mine Bukisuche that is how I think I'm voting from Bukasacha primary school so yes ntegere nti Liliani yasinze gundi mu Bukasacha
si yasinze
no like polling station yeyo
ati tetulangirira ku polling station we simply announce tugamba nti Liliani afunye 10 Gilbert afunye yo 5
ekitegeeza Liliana akubye
nedda ekyo tebakyogera ku polling station ebyo tubitelegera returning officer
ku tally center so kati ndowooza the viewers you've gotten that ate temuva ku polling station nebugamba Lilian yasinze lwaki ate kati obululu bukyuse you get
anti awe tufuniranga obuzibu someone is in polling station A they count votes Lilian gets 20 I get 10 and they start jubilating but remember in your electoral area you have over 50 polling stations Lilian ayinza kuba nkubidde wano
naye mukubire eri
But by the end of the day when the returning officer adds these votes wezula nti no Lilian asingidde kweno 10 eri naye oli amusingidde 2
So let me hope the viewers you've gotten that point. And if they announce someone, they don't actually announce because it is only at the tally center that gives the final results. 0783614155. We're now taking in calls. Please call and ask any question you want to know about electoral commission or about the elections. Basically, it's about election. Do not ask a question contrary. No, we are talking about elections, the 15th of January. What is your question to Mr. Gilbert? He's here in the studio to take us through all that. But also, as wait for the callers to call in, I think Mr. Gilbert, you're going to take us through the regulations, the polling station, the do's. Yes.
We believe we know that polling stations in Uganda open at 7.
Okay, someone is calling. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. How are you?
I'm okay. Where are the two Eliza?
Now we are watching live.
Kakati nze James nsinzi dane Kamonkoli.
Yes, James Kamonkoli mugamba mtya.
Kamonkoli tuli balungi.
Ka pressure kali katya campaigns zitambula bulungi?
Zitambula bulungi zo lunaku tulingiridde.
Amina kale ekibuuzo kyo eri mwami Gilbert.
Kakati mbadde mbuuza. Nti nze sirina voters slip. Kati kigambibwa nti national ID empya gye nafunye ate tesobola kukola kati ekibuzo kyange mbuuza nkole ntya kubanga sirina kali akakonge.
Kale tuyanziza nnyo mwami James. Gilbert will be answering your question. Kale that in a sleep. Who are the people giving out slips?
And we know
because me it's my mother who got mine.
And that was illegal because it must be picked in person.
No, because they called me actually. The person I was out of the town, but I instructed. Yes, nebakampa, nebakaliwaka.
Nebakujirayo. That was not right. That was not right.
I think we can take in calls, then you come up and respond. Yes, good morning, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Elizabeth.
Namisindwa muli mutya Elizabeth?
Tuli bulungi.
Ekibuuzo kyo eri mwami Gilbert.
Shira bashaka shira. Nashina bahulama bari kutte hulonti. Amala ndahamalira hulonda hulonda kabaambita atenga hulonda kufisa hulonda. Tena ronga hulonda toza kaiba huona takata. Nashina hulonda bari huona.
Kale Gilbert anabayira mushirebo shewanyara hubupa. Kale oba omulayiru nahulu buchendere bulayi. Okay, I think we can take in one last caller and then you can be responding to the questions. 0783614155. 0255. That is our studio line that you can call. And of course, talk to Mr. Gilbert. But before, Gilbert will be coming in, I think, in the last minute to respond to the question. Let's get to the regulations at the polling stations, the do's, and then you take us to the don'ts. The do's and the don'ts, yes.
We call upon, I was trying to tell people that polling stations in the country open by 7 and close by 4.
Yeah, okay.
So most Ugandans, most of our citizens, they like rush hours.
The last.
We call upon people that by 7 be at the polling station, because the polling station opens at 7, but the polling only starts when there are 10 witnesses in the polling station.
Okay. Yeah, we have another call then. Hello, good afternoon. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, who am I speaking to?
Yeah, I don't know how you feel nobody in the name of Musoto.
Imusoto malo mabrain.
Kwasili mai.
Ndihuka ni hanina noyo.
Uroka na kwani aroni mai.
Aroni. Ushire go
Yeah,
show
now
us.
I have no other cool very sorry and go around and the kind of very window. I don't know, I was on another hole, the Arab Commission.
Kali hwasimile nabia hwasimile wanyarahugiraho. The questions are just rotating and the same thing that you've been explaining. You know, that is now what is already on the people's mindset. Like people have taken it because they've seen it on TV and all that, warning them you shouldn't stay at the polling station after casting your vote. Please go back home. Yeah, but I think you're going to respond to the question. Let's get to the regulation.
So I was saying people should come early so that we have 10 voters, witnesses,
okay.
So that polling can start right away and we get done with the process, so that by 10
it is actually a public holiday, so people should come and cast their votes early and go.
So that by 4 there's no one in the queue. We also encourage people that let us prepare well. This is a public holiday. We have waited for this day for 5 good years. So prepare well, have your national ID, have your VLS, or if you have no any, still we can
scan your face. Yes. Okay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, madam.
How are you doing?
I'm okay, well done.
Thank you, well done too.
You are talking to I'm calling him from Obosira.
We are talking to?
You're talking to
Joshua.
Yes, I'm calling Joshua from Obosira.
Yes, Joshua.
I'm a bishop from Mbale. I want to appreciate Mbale City TV for always updating us.
You're welcome. Thank you for watching.
Going in the country.
Okay.
And now my question comes. The speaker of the day has spoken a number of processes one should undertake to finish the voting process. Do you think our voters or citizens will manage to undergo all those processes to finish? Kuba tugambye osookera muno ekimanyi abaziri gundi 10 kati omuntu okwetoloola wona ng'ali kukola just process ya kulonda either MP ne president oba banatwala akokulya n'akokunywa enjala ejatulumanye
fe wakanga olidde ki breakfast kyo kiheve oli ekikomando kyo siba olubuto kale thank you so much Joshua tutumira abebusiya mwebale nnyo okuwachinga Mbale City TV and of course the community sport show. So yes, Mwami Gilbert,
I was telling people to
the do's. Prepare. Yes.
Prepare. And how do you prepare?
Yes.
It's being a public holiday. Wake up one morning.
Okay.
You of course take some tea.
Make a breakfast. First of all, you're going to vote omuntu gwosinga okwagala ku mutima gwo. Yeah.
You're changing. You're making a contribution.
There is changing and
So you get your ID. to get your VLS if you
Okay.
can. And even if you don't have, still come. Because we have other means of verifying you. Go and vote and cast your vote. Even the whole of the Babandu, Balmabari, Mudalamari, I will go at the last time. In most cases, why people delay on the polling station is because Arabians are at the last time, all of them. So by 4, you find the line is too long. And yet for us as commission, we are saying, come early, cast your vote. Go and do other businesses.
Yes. But also being a public holiday, go home and relax, watch your TV because everything will be on TV.
And you follow.
And you follow. You understand what's happening in the world.
What we also ask people when they come to the polling station,
Yes.
have respect for the polling officials, listen to what they are guiding you, because they are the managers of that polling station, so that they can guide you and you do the rightful thing.
Okay.
What we don't expect,
The do's.
they don't now. What we
Sorry, they don't.
What
Yes.
we expect you to have
China cola.
on the polling day, do not campaign, because our campaigns are ending on 13th for the presidential. So we don't expect people to start campaigning
Near on that day,
on
even
that day.
giving out cash.
Then also carrying portraits, coming to the polling station when you have T-shirts of the political parties, of the candidates, is also not allowed.
So no one should come on that day, the 15th, with wearing any T-shirt of a
We
candidate.
don't expect that.
So that person won't be allowed to vote.
We will not be allowed to come into the
Come
polling station.
inside.
We
So
will not be
when
allowed. And that's the work of
those
now
ones
the
watching
police
us,
constables
do
to
not-
make
I know-
sure.
I know you love that person, or Akurikumutima, but please do not wear the T-shirt that day. Keep it at home.
Then secondly, don't stop other people from making their choice. This is, I think, a habit that when some people know you are for candidate B and you're going to vote, they start causing
Chaos.
intimidate
Intimidation
you,
and
they
all
start
that.
doing a lot of funny things.
Okay.
We are saying don't do that. Then you also don't engage into impersonation. You know very well that you are not Gilbert. Why do you come and pretend you are me? And maybe you carry his VLS or carry his national ID, come into the station. We don't expect that, but also we say do not attempt to vote more than twice. Don't attempt it, because even if you tried it, then the machine will tell you this voter has already voted.
Okay.
So those are the things. Now there's someone who asked a question about that the process is too long.
Yeah, the process is too long.
Yes, when we are talking about this process, you feel it's too long.
The BVV
But I can assure you that every voter takes a maximum of 1 minute to be verified. The moment you come with your VLS or a national ID, the moment you say 1 second, beep, success.
Okay.
They give you another ballot paper, success, you move.
So 1 minute.
1 minute, maximally 1 minute,
1 minute.
every person has left the polling station.
Okay.
So it's as fast as that. Someone also asked about are there many national ID, are there many VLS? As I said at first, that the primary document for identification of a voter is the National Voters Register, which will be available at the polling station.
Yes.
We also know that some people did not pick this VLS. I are not picking them. Some picked, but they already lost. Some lost their national IDs. But that cannot influence you from voting.
Yes.
So as commission, we are saying, come, baby gamba, jangu nga woli. Jangu nga woli, where there is a polling station, and our officials on the polling stations will get you sorted. Just come, as long as you know you are a voter. Even when you are not a voter at that polling station, you are not a voter here, but you vote from the other side. So yes, to tell you where you are supposed to go and vote from. Why do we keep them away? They have these are their votes.
Because previously they have been allowing them to be at the polling station, but this time round they're telling them, vote, go home. Which you have already explained.
Nobody has stopped anyone from being at the polling station in the prescribed distances.
20 meters.
20 meters away from the polling station. But what if I may ask?
But 20 meters are different from stay home.
Yes.
Just as I said, we've seen the whole story has been trending. There is your electoral commission telling us 20 meters away, okay? Then there is this security personnel telling us vote, go home. Now those are two different.
Now these are different statements.
For you as electoral commission, you're telling us to stay away 20 meters.
Yes.
Then they tell us home.
Home.
My home is
Now,
in Mbale, I vote from. So I think that was what he was driving.
Electoral Commission is answering you
Yes.
from the legal provisions. Security is responding to you from security perspectives.
So what should the voters do?
Now, the voters,
4 days to go.
there is no legal provision that will stop a voter being 20 meters away from the polling station.
Okay.
However, what are they doing in those 20
in the
meters
20 meters.
after
Now
the
you're
polling
coming.
station? Now, that is what the security is trying to address.
Okay.
If you bwemwekunga ne ugamba fe tuli wano tulinze kito, because 20 meters away from the polling station, you could be there trying to stop those who are coming into the polling station.
Okay.
You get?
Okay.
And that is what the law will not allow. But from that perspective, security is saying, after voting, can't you go home and do other things?
Oh, you have
then
to
you
start the polling
then you
station.
come back in the
Later.
evening when they are counting and they witness.
Okay.
This is simple as that. But waliwo njeri abantu gye bakutte kino ekintu
yep.
ne bakisaza wasa mu njeri etali entuufu
yes.
ne bakizimbako ensira ate nga it's a very very small thing.
Okay, thank you so much for that explanation. Yes, yeah, I think we've responded to all our callers, and our time is not our best ally, so we'll be signing out. But of course, you can give us the special appeal to Ugandans. Akatalekeka. It's 4 days
like,
to go. Akatalekeka ako.
Nga bwe ngambye, as a commission, we call upon all citizens, all the registered voters, to turn out and cast their vote,
Yes.
to make a choice of their own people.
Okay.
Ugandans should know that this country, there's no country like Uganda. Yes, there may be a country which may be, in your view, you may think is better than Uganda, but I can tell you there's no country you will go into and feel at home like Uganda. The
Home is
peace
home.
that we have here, the organization that we have here, it is the best thing, it's the best feel that you can always have, and even if you went to USA, even if you went where, you will remain a Ugandan. So
will
this is the
stand back
country
home.
that we have to protect. Before you go out there and do something weird, ask yourself, where is it living your life as a person? What about your family? What about your community? And what about this country? So when you think in a broader perspective of how patriotic, how you love this country, I'm telling you, you will not wake up one morning and start doing the unthinkables. And this is the country. I want to speak to this, to the listeners and the viewers who are looking at us, who are viewing us, who are watching us, and who are listening to us, that Uganda is a special country in its own making. And the Electoral Commission of Uganda is the only electoral commission in this world that delivers election in 48 hours.
Okay.
So you cannot compare this country and the organization of this commission to any other electoral commission in this world. It is only the Uganda Electoral Commission that is capable of delivering election in 48 hours. And the 48 hours will begin at 7 on 15th.
Okay.
You see how fast we do things?
Yes, I see, yes.
And that's why we are up and down, trying to put things together, trying to put things here and there. We are playing people to come very fast so that we are able to meet this legal mandate. I thank you very much, therefore, if I have to say, for the opportunity you have given us as commission to speak to the viewers,
Yes.
to speak to the Ugandans, and of
Educate
course,
them, give them
mostly
the information.
the people of this region.
Yeah.
For me, on my own opinion, this is the best initiative, this is the best site that you can follow, and I appeal all people that let us follow, let us be educated. Information is power, and once we get this information, we shall always achieve. I'm signing out. My name is Mbale Gilbert.
Okay.
Ndumwana Mududa, Ndumwana Masaba.
Luwe
But
Mduda.
today, by God's grace, I'm presiding over election in Manafra district as district election administrator.
Okay.
I thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gilbert Wanyalohita, and to our viewers, thank you so much for watching us. Thank you for keeping it locked on Mbale City TV. To our callers, I think all your questions were answered, and then you're now contented. Just as I said, information is power. So let's all go and vote, but let's keep peace. We love you so much. Stay right here on Mbale City TV. Bye-bye. Enjoy your weekend.